A couple of wins on the bounce after that loss up in the north for Lauderdale. 5-5, their record at the midway point here in the season. We're looking to go 6-5 today. North Hobart, we'll see if they can test them. We're ready to go here at SkyBus in round 12 TSL action. Andrew Phillips up against Janes in the ruck to begin. Phillips comes over the top with a thumping fist. Towed forward by McCrimmon, gathered by Norton. Scooped the handball, but turned it over. The Bombers now through Franklin. Tumbles a kick towards half forward. Broken up there by McGuinness. It was just a little late getting rid of it. Caught holding the football. So free kick the way of Stixie Blackburn. He handballs off to Josh McGuinness. Drives the Bombers inside the forward 50. Scrapping away with Shaw. Boville releases. Now Tilly first to it. Slapped on by Hooker. Lee Feber. McGuinness gave the handball and they're able to clear the area only so far as William Poland taking the intercepting mark on the wing. See the ground condition a bit chopped up as you'd expect at this point of year. McGuinness inside the forward 50, spoiled away into the hands of Young, kept it moving. Cleared out over the head of Wilson, he gathers. Goes back inside with a tidy handball to Janes. Janes just slaps it on the boot. Bit of an aimless kick really straight down the throat of Tani Suki. He also was a bit loose, almost let him pain as it taken away from him by Hooker. Hooker works a kick forward. Sliding past it there was Fletcher Hooker. Umpire says play on. Tackling hard is Jordan Lane. Tackling over the shoulder in the umpire's estimation. Free kick the way of Monks. So conditions, you can see from the opening couple of minutes, are not going to be easy for players today. That one gathered by McLeod, handled back into dispute. Franklin and now McManus. Umpire's whistle had gone. The Bombers free kick. Robbie McManus. Give it to Franklin. So Franklin just looks to spot up a kick and finds a lead, and it's Jordan Lane presenting out. Got separation nicely, and Lane can go back and try and kick the first of the afternoon for the hosts. So Jordan Lane, a lovely technique. Beautiful kick of the football normally. He'll be kicking just inside the paint of 50. And it is dead-eye straight from Jordan Lane. The perfect start to the afternoon for the big man. And Lauderdale with the first goal here at the tip. And if he gets that kind of service all afternoon, it could be a big one for Jordan Lane. Just presents it out nicely. Franklin put it on his chest. Easy as you like. So good start to the hosts. And young Janes with a tough task up against Phillips in the ruck this afternoon. Siggins playing on the ball. Double header we've got there. Looks like Stephenson standing here. Phillips wins the palm down. Janes will go in and try and get the clearance though. Tumbles one towards the half-forward line. Devine couldn't gather cleanly. Burrowing through was Walsh. Phillips releases to Broomhall. Now Poland. Tried to find a lead of Blackburn. Just missed him with the kick. A very good user of the football, William Poland, coming off that half-back line. Good distributor there for the Bombers. Phillips clearing some space. Back into play. Janes comes strongly. Won it down to Tilly, who couldn't gather cleanly. And off his boot for out of bounds on the full in the end. So Norton will take over for the Demons. Chips it short. Just about the 15. Driving is Devine. Hands on its way through to Poland. Spun around. He had a long time to get rid of it. And that's holding the footy. Didn't make an attempt there. Hilda rewarded. And delayed giving back too, so it's going to be 50 metres on top of it, and this will take Josh Hilda right within scoring range. But I felt he impeded ball getting back to Hilda, so a chance to square things up here. And their first look at goal for the afternoon for North Hobart. Hilda is drifting towards the right and it drifts into the post. So a missed opportunity there. Muddy old goal square down here at the tip as McGuinness chips short for Suki. McGuinness will continue his run. Turned it to him. Driving kick clears defensive 50. Off hands out the back. Charging onto it was Shaw. Couldn't gather it cleanly. Handball back inside trying to find Ferguson. McCrimmon. Young comes in over the top. Umpire calls for it. Phillips won it down to Norton, immediately wrapped up. Hooker. Riley Variety wrapping him up there. Bell Chambers will track this one down. The handball to Skelly, who gave it to Poland. Poland marauding forward. That's a beautiful kick to lane. That's the ball you saw. I was referencing with Poland. That's why they love to get it in his hands as often as possible. Just a lovely user by foot. Charging off the half-back line there. Spots up lane. Second time this afternoon. He's just let up at the footy and given the silver service. Go back for his second here and the Bombers' second. Similar spot to last time. Exact same result. Drives it through high up the fence. What a lovely kick he is, Jordan Lane. He's got the first 2 goals of the contest. It's 12-1 in favour of the Bombers. Sense it could be a very big day for Jordan Lane if this pattern of game continues. Can't really blame the defence. It's further up the field where they're going to have to just prevent that kind of service coming in. So there's not much the defenders can do when it's put out in front of Jordan Lane like that. Janes competes well. Walsh, Norton on top of him. Wraps it up. Phillips paddles down to Siggins. Siggins off the left towards the half-forward line. Crashing the pack from behind was Franklin. Off hands to McGuinness. Got caught with it, had to get rid of it. Fell the way of Blackburn. Fell loose. Hooker He's gathered by Ferguson. Phillips back inside. Over the top of it, Stephenson. Walsh at the bottom of this pack, going nowhere. Phillips just blocks off the opposing ruck and allows Siggins to run through. Couldn't gather cleanly. Norton now cracking in. Rinse and repeat. Stoppages here. The ball going nowhere. Conditions suggest it could be quite a bit of work for the Rucks here today. Phillips palmed that one down. Siggins coming through. Couldn't take it cleanly. Umpire will break it up now with a free kick. It's going the way of Siggins for a hold. Siggins. Just over the head of Lane. Spilled out the back for Wright. Handball to Janes, and he couldn't find Boval. And it's out of play for a ball in. Jordan Lane, the real focal point here early for Lauderdale. Just those earlier rounds in the season, a massive inclusion. Just gives them yet another weapon in that forward line. Beaten on this occasion, the ruck. His handball back inside to Siggins, to Walsh from a standing start. He swings it towards the teeth of goal. It's drifting and fisted through for a minor score. And 2-1 plays at one behind. 10 minutes into this one by hand McGuinness. Out of defence. In the hasty direction. Leifeber was there too. Off hands right. Stoops to gather. Down the handball, tumbled away by McGuinness. Walsh in traffic. Flicked the handball to Phillips. It was a good handball. And he squares it up. Runs a marking target in Perkins. And Perkins went looking for Blackburn. Getting back in the space was Prokopiece. Now Norton. A clear defensive 50, the Demons. Down the line looking for Downham. Downham does really well to juggle the mark. Getting the better of McGuinness in that contest. From hands and knees, he handballs to Norton. Didn't really have an immediate option, so just held up. Eventually spots the Leifeber. And he find a marking target here, Tommy Leifeber. Sends it into the pocket. It's a poor ball. Easily broken up down there by Gridley. Gridley short to McGuinness. He goes through the corridor for Thor Boscott. His first involvement of the afternoon, Big Thor. Spun around, then gave the handball to McGuinness. McGuinness looks to charge through a couple of defenders. Just impacted the kick though. Turned it straight over. Prokopiece, half back. Just looks to spear one up towards Leifeber. Boscott broke that up. It's a fist in. Sees it out of play. Phillips on it down. Tilly somehow got a kick away. Boscott with strength. Devine applying pressure. Norton trying to extract it. Boscott has a hold of him. Janes does well. Tilly trying to get a kick away. Right, flicks it up. Scrapping away is Perkins. Umpire is up pinging Broomhall, so free kick going the way of Tyler McGuinness. Such an important player for North Hobart. Star of this side is McGuinness. It's great against the Northern Bombers a couple of weeks ago as that one's scored it over the line. That'll be tossed back in, Janes and Phillips. Battle away. Phillips takes front position, paddles it. No one can gather cleanly, just towed away by McManus and towed out of bounds on the full in the end. Demons to take over at half back. Drilled down the line, looking at Leafeber in a pack. Some height there in the form of Phillips, sees it away. Rucks negate each other. McGuinness first to the fall of the ball. He's battling away with Tilly. Pete Stoppage has very much been the order of the day in the opening quarter of an hour here. James loses his footing, allows Phillips just to take it cleanly out of the ruck. Can find a mark in Hooker. Tracking once more. Tossed up. Phillips, Franklin tries to go through the contest. James wrapped him up, got him a little high though. Free kick going the way of the Bombers. Hooker looking for Siggins. Went back and got the ball. Hooker flicked it on out the back. Handball found its way to Bellchambers with a snap on goal. Bellchambers gets the Bombers third of the afternoon. They just kept it in motion, got it to the outside. And there was Bellchambers to snap truly. And they kick out to an 18-point lead. Some good hands there from Ned Shaw. Just kept working it to the outside, eventually got in space. They get goal number 3, so comfortably so far, the home side. Strong start to this one, coming in pretty comfortable favourites. I'm certainly aware that the Northern Bombers were given all they could handle in that first half a couple of weeks back by this North Hobart outfit. So back to the middle we go. To the ruck with Stephenson, flew high. Cribben couldn't gather, high up and under now. Broomhall. Line for McGuinness. McGuinness, great ball for Walsh. Walsh kept it moving, got it to McManus. McManus inside forward 50. Phillips was caught behind and good intercept mark taken back there by Boval. Kept it moving quickly, maybe a little too quickly. McLeod caught with it. He tossed up. Quite the option there after there from Charlie Boval after a good intercept. Phillips, quite direct his kick. Bailey Walker paddling away. Handball away back to Downham. Trying to take a man on McCrimmon. Just got it away in time. Leafeber over the top to Norton. Some good play here from the Demons out of the back line. Kicked up the wing. Spoil came from behind. And out of play. Gurgle there, I think. A couple of late changes for this Lauderdale side. Named in the 22 initially. It was Riley Hooker, so there have been a couple of late changes for the name team to the Bombers. Tilly out after this, just overran it, right. Handball from Leafeber, coughed it up to Broomhall, back to Poland. Elusively, in traffic, got a handball away, it was broken up and out of play. It was last time these sides met, back in round 5, it was a tight contest. Scores were level at three-quarter time that day. It being a 19-point win as Bombers came over the top in the final term, but jumped them early on at North Hobart Oval, did the Demons. Handball from Walsh to McGuinness, gets his kick around the corner through the hands of Blackburn, spills out the back. Hooker, or rather Perkins, Hooker. Can't forget who he's a late in for. Patton, I think. I've seen him out there. Back into play once more. Siggins now having a run in the ruck. Trying to bust through the contest. Fletcher Hooker got taken high. So Fletcher Hooker in centre wing. Sends the Bombers inside 50. Was looking for Phillips, just caught behind. Ed Shaw tackled. Devine find out a handball. Clearing kick. Being tracked and almost brought in there by Gurgle. Couldn't quite control it. Siggins works his way to the front, palmed it down. Tilly back to Siggins. Siggins for Bell Chambers. Tried to ride the tackle, couldn't get his handball away. Now the Demons. Norton, that was broken up. Murray trying to fend one off there and getting caught was Broomhall. Umpire says he'll have it. Siggins. Down him. Going nowhere once more. Stephenson works his way around. Siggins did it nicely. Tumbled on left footer inside 50. Poland was there backing back. No, it was dropped by Hooker, and now the handball found its way through to Barrow. Barrow with a snap on goal, and he nails it. And the Demons get there first of the afternoon through Zachary Barrow. Really well done by Stephenson at the stoppage. Just got the better of Siggins. And Poland just ran into his own man Gurgle. Left the door ajar. Or Zach Barrow, who made no mistake. Got badly needed a goal there for the Demons, just to get them off and running here this afternoon. I think it's going to be the highest scoring afternoon. I think conditions will allow for that. Just keeps them within touch. 3-1 plays 1-1. They're going to cause the upset. They need to take their opportunities here today. Back to the middle. Phillips and James. Phillips, his fingertips to it. James just hacks it off the deck. Right handball. Broomhall. Sent forward through the hands of Monks. Hooker got it to Walsh. Walsh for Lane. Oh, well done from behind there. Bailey Walker with a timely fist. Siggins tried to get a kick away. Was impeded well by Stevenson. And Walsh wrestles away. We tossed up. Great spoil from Bailey Walker. I thought Jordan Lane for the third time this afternoon was about to get the chest mark, leading out to 40 metres out. Walker. Great spoil, Norton. Siggins got a hand in there. Broomhall flicks it over the top for Shaw. Shaw tumbles one inside 50. Plenty of bodies back, but fell into the path of Hooker. Rode the tackle, got to Boscott, fended off one, then released the handball to Shaw. Shaw with a snap on goal. He's got it. Again, just ball in motion from the Bombers. Boscott was strong, and Shaw snaps truly. And Lauderdale lead this one by 18. Just strong Boscott, Hooker standing up in tackles. Hobart just unable to force the stoppage. And Ned Shaw finishing. Yeah, the nice snap around the corner. Back out to an 18-point advantage for the home side. Phillips, Franklin, got it to Siggins. High ball towards half forward. Blackburn had it spoiled away. Couple over runner, going back in here, Shaw. Works his kick inside 50, and he finds Hooker. Sliding in to take the mark. Campbell, Hooker. And Shaw having a real influence on the ball here this afternoon. Got it into a dangerous spot. Hooker looking to extend the lead to 4 goals. Swinging late, just swung too far. Offline for a minor score. Lead 19 points. So McGuinness looking for Norton. It's a beautiful kick. Just let him go at him to the football expertly. Leafhaber wants it short. Will that be 15? Just. There's Leafhaber. He'll go short. Likewise. Lockie Payne. So some patience here. The Demons might be forced to kick to a contest now. Payne with a high ball up the wing. Phillips parked behind it. There was only going to be one man getting it. Phillips with the intercept and gets things moving quickly, switching it up to McGuinness. McGuinness into the corridor. Shaw. Prolific first term from Ned Shaw as he finds Hooker presenting. Hooker will get things moving quickly. Drives them inside the forward 50 arc. Leafhaber flew, couldn't get it out the back for Bellchambers. Handball off to Broomhall and just ran out of real estate. And he tossed back into play. Was Jordan Lane amongst getting into it off the ball. I reckon Lane had a free kick there for the Bombers and he's just got it reversed by giving Monks a whack back. So it'll be a Demons ball. Jordan Lane, a hit off the ball there. A 50-metre penalty will march it to the middle of the ground. So James wanted to give it to Devine. I think it was Devine's ball. It may be being marched even further. Right, that's all sorted out. It will go back to James. Ruckman wanted to give. He's going to have to go with a kick, though. And the big fella sends it to half forward. It's a great kick. Plenty of Bombers in the vicinity. Leafhaber out after it. Can he gather it in time? Back to McGuinness. McGuinness spears one up there, but getting those long levers in the way was Phillips, and he brings it down and sends a high ball into the middle of the park. Flying high was Blackburn, couldn't quite bring it down, controlled by Franklin. Got it to Hooker. Hooker gave it to McManus, gave it to Boscott. He sweeps it on the outside to Tilly. Back to McManus. Patient by hand here, he goes around the corner. Monks dropping one he probably should have had, and then the bit too hot for Boval. He gets in trouble, wrapped up by Hooker, caught holding the footy. Well, they made a bit of a mess of that, the Demons. Hooker inside 50, and he finds the marking target in Campbell Hooker. And he'll go short. Tried to find Boscott, getting a hand in the way was McGuinness, then brought down a crunching Boval tackle. Umpire calls for it. Hooker to ruck against James, or Lane rather against James. James won it down. Through traffic, McCrimmon, clearing kick up towards Leafhaber. Poland fisting clear. Leafhaber just riding Bellchambers, somehow got it away. Tilly may have been taken high. Play on, right, paddles it forwards. Phillips. Broomhall with a couple of handballs, and he squares it up into the middle. It's an awful kick, turns it straight over, and a chance back the other way. Hasty got it across there to McGuinness. Handball back to Hasty. Delayed the give, and he's in trouble now. He's brought down. Franklin got him. Had to give first time. Just delayed, and it cost him dearly. Perhaps time enough for the Bombers to score before the break. Franklin short, and Manus, it's a very sloppy 50 to give that. Just needless. absolutely needless, and it's going to march Robbie McManus right within goal-kicking range. Just sloppy, ill-disciplined play there. And McManus should extend the lead to 25 points. And he duly does. He drives it through, no problems at all there. 5th of the afternoon, and they're out to a 25-point break here. North Hobart done some good defending in the moments leading up to that. It's just gifting a goal there in the shadows of quarter time. Wasn't a heap in it from Bradley Young, but it was just unnecessary, really. Had the umpire the opportunity to call it, and he did. So back to the middle, 25 points to lead. Phillips and Janes. Phillips palmed it down superbly to Siggins. Siggins spearing one up towards half forward, found Hooker. Hooker wheels and goes quickly. He drives it deep, but the siren beats them before Boscott could do anything with it off hands. And that score, I don't think, is going to count. So it'll be 25 points the margin here at quarter time at SkyBus Oval, as it ends 32-7. Pretty dominant stuff from Lauderdale. They'll be happy with that. North Hobart going to need to lift. So be back with quarter number 2 shortly. Lauderdale in control here. A strong start from the Bombers. See if the Demons can respond in quarter number 2. So back for quarter number 2 here at SkyBus Oval. It is Lauderdale in command after one term here. 5-2-32 leading the Demons 1-1-7. Pretty comfortable stuff in quarter number 1. Really controlled most of the play. And a lot more of the ball inside 50. And we're pretty strong at the stoppages. Really saw them gaining control of this one. The Demons just need to get a hold of the footy a little bit more if they're going to get themselves back into it. But 25 points to the margin as we get ready for the second term here. It's Lauderdale and North Hobart leading in round 12 TSL action. Second term underway. Phillips commandingly over the top through the legs of Stephenson. Janes back for Norton, paddled on by Phillips to Franklin. The outside was looking for Broomhall, couldn't quite get it to him. Franklin delayed the give and then handed it off instead to McGuinness. Considers his options, then sends it inside 50. A floating ball out into space. First to it was Shaw, was lively in the first quarter. Shaw squared it back up for Tilly. Tilly centering ball, couldn't quite find a target. Plenty of Demons there, but charging through the pack was Perkins. Just released it in time. Now Stixie Blackburn, can he gather? Not cleanly. Helped across the line by McCrimmon. See, plenty of mud down there in the goal square. Another chopped up SkyBus Oval. No shock midwinter. And getting a bit heavier as the year wears on. So he cleared out of there by Procopiece. Towards McGuinness. Walsh. McGuinness around the corner, but Broomhall unable to keep it in. Phillips, palms down. McCrimmon, first use. Blast one high up the wing. Wilson flicked it back inside. McGuinness wrapped up by Leafhead. Phillips, Franklin, Walsh. Cleverly delayed the handball and gave to Gridley. Got in a bit of trouble though. Great tackle, that's going to be rewarded. Zach Barrow kicked his sides, lone goal in quarter number 1. Springs Norton here. Norton will drive this one deep inside the 50. Walker couldn't quite bring it down. He's been swung forwards, so a change there. Bailey Walker was playing on Jordan Lane in the first term. He stayed up that end of the park and now giving them a target inside forward 50 instead. He'll ruck against Phillips now. Phillips confidently won that away. Walsh paddles away. Norton tried to find Barrow. McGuinness slung off it. Barrow goes back in. Walsh wrapping him up. Phillips, Siggins, Leafeber. His handball spoiled. McMurray. Well done there by Walker. Not much purchase on the kick, however. McGuinness, the handball too hot for Suki. Almost lets in Norton. Trying to gather it. Eventually they'll climb on top of him. And it's going to be holding the footy. Dragging it in there against Angus Norton. And McGuinness in the back pocket. Chips it across. Hook up. McGuinness turned it over to Gridley. Gridley with strength clears the area through the hands of Bovell. Now it's Perkins scrapping away with Bovell. Battle tight to the line. Eventually the boundary line wins out. Jones works his way through. Norton slung off it. And dangerous tackle called against Perkins in the end. Free kick the way of Norton. Norton just finesses one past Barrow, going in McMurray. Can't gather cleanly, Belt Chambers. Barrow climbs on top and locks that up. James dumping it inside 450 for the Demons. Liefheber took front position, slick hands to Barrow. He's run down from behind, just impacted the kick. Ball back into dispute. Gridley, Walsh under pressure, retreating back. McGuinness was composed, got it to McManus, back to Walsh. And Walsh now charging off half-back with a nice kick to Hooker. Hooker. Back to Walsh, who's been prominent in this one. Shot ball finds Broomhall. He wants to go back into the corridor and open things up. Does so to Fletcher Hooker. Ball used there. Fletcher Hooker will continue to work it across the field. Send it wide for Shaw. Gave it to Bell Chambers. He steers it inside forward 50 and finds Franklin. So good ball use there from the Bombers. It's composed, working it round side to side. Actually found the target. Bell Chambers blaze away, just lowered the eyes nicely. This has been the area where they've been hitting up targets, the kind of 40 to 50 metre zone, taking some good marks today. And their forwards, some good service. Franklin driving this one. Looks pretty good. It is good. Matt Franklin gets their 6th of the afternoon. They kick out to a 32-point lead. 6-3 leads 1-1. As Franklin kicks Dreley. Well, goal kicking an area that haunted them a bit in the early parts of this season, the Bombers. A number of occasions where they were fairly inaccurate in front of goal. It cost them some points earlier in the opening month of the season, but they've been hang on target here this afternoon. Taking those chances 40, 50 metres out. It's been some good goal kicking. Janes, Phillips, Norton again on the bottom of the pack. McGuinness gets the clearance, sends the Demons forward. Through the hands of Hasty, out the back to Liefheber. Worked it inside for Downham, but picked off by Skelly. He plays a 1-2 with McGuinness. Liefheber charged his kick down. Sees it out of play. Keeps it locked in there, Tommy Liefheber. Phillips arm down. Norton locked up. Phillips handles it. It's Payne. Payne's kick. It's just offline. Miraculous snap from the pocket. .31 points to the lead as this one's chipped short for Tilly. Here's wide, stretching Hooker takes a nice tumbling mark. Short ball for Tilly. Low bulleted a pass in the middle for Stixie Blackburn. Gave it to Hooker. Hooker with some dash, trying to combine with Bell Chambers. Gave it back to Blackburn. Shrugs the tackle of right. Just impacted the disposal though. Broken up down by McGuinness. Sideways to Stephenson. Stephenson out into space for Norton. Oh, well done, Suki. Eyes only for the ball. Timed the spoil to perfection. Just as it looked like the Demons might be able to break back the other way. Taney Suki. A perfectly timed spoil. Track that ball superbly. You can't really make contact with the man or you're going to give away the free kick. Phillips and James. Phillips palm down expertly looking for Siggins. Payne was there for the Demons. Siggins goes in, but he's going nowhere. Flicked out. Space at an absolute premium. These contests this afternoon. It's been pretty congested sort of a game. James won it down, but only to Sam Siggins on the run. He lofts this one up towards the arc of 50. Monks probably could have marked it, went the spoil instead. McLeod now juggles it, brings it under his spell, then just rushes a clearance out of there. Barrow down him rather, competing well. Back the other way though, Perkins tried to bust through a tackle. Payne stands up, flicks the handball out the back to Leifeber. Umpire's whistle is gone, but advantage paid. Leifeber combining there with Downham. Back to Downham. Steers the kick. Whistle had gone again. It's going to be downfield free kick to Norton, who gets it moving quickly. Chips over the top for Devine. So Archie Devine. He wanted to give it off, but he's going to go back and take his shot now, although just wandering into the protected zone there. I think it was Shaw. Would have been Tilly, in fact. Either way, an absolute certainty for Archie Devine. He won't miss from the goal square. Gets the Demons second of the afternoon. Cuts it back to 25 points. 6-3 to 2-2. Bit of a gift there, and gladly accepted by the Demons. Back to the middle we go. Phillips palmed it down. Franklin got it to Walsh. Walsh steering it with the left. Blackburn on the chest. Stixie Blackburn. He tries to find a target. Lane couldn't quite bring it down. Siggins. It was Monks. Handball out to McMurray. Just gets his kick away in time. Phillips stretching. Couldn't quite gather. Leifeber toes into the middle. Poland paddles it on. Franklin. Over to Blackburn. Back in was McLeod, and he's immediately besieged. And lock it up half forward for the Bombers. 25 points their lead. Phillips with the double slap into space. It was a good one to Bellchambers, who wheels and goes and spears it into the pocket for Siggins. Beautifully defended though. Getting a hand in Cohen Stephenson. Saw it away from the dangerous Siggins. Siggins, palm down. Tilly stood up, got the handball back inside, looking for Hooker. Crimmin strikes the handball to right. Right flicked it on the outside. Devine taken out of play by Nat Franklin. Siggins. Crimmin. In going nowhere. Paddle down towards Downham. Right, had his kick smothered. Hands now gathered by Perkins to McGuinness, to Walsh, to Phillips. Sends them inside the forward 50. Stixie Blackburn flying from behind. Couldn't quite get there. Boscott spun out of trouble. Quick kick into the pocket towards Tilly. Oh, well done, Wright. A timely fist from Sam Wright sees it out of play. Demons defence holding up well under pressure here at the moment, but Lauderdale dialing it up. Halfway through quarter number 2, 25 points their lead. Stephenson and Siggins. Siggins took front spot, then roved the ball to Tilly. He stripped of it by Downham. Wright with a hurried kick. Will that be insufficient intent? I have to think it will be. Umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt. Phillips plants, paddles. Franklin through the stoppage, had his arm pinned. Couldn't get the handball away. Nicely done, Devine and McCrimmon. Phillips slapped it down towards Walsh. Got a quick kick inside 50 over the head of Blackburn. He's tracking this one, Stixie Blackburn. Couldn't gather. Support came in the form of Shaw. And worked away from goal though. Flicked it out towards Hasty. Shaw goes back in. Hasty with a couple to beat. Couldn't do so. McManus. Ill-directed kick. Drifts out of bounds. The Demons ball off half back. Ferguson called to play on. Next to a contest, off hands. McCrimmon fired out the handball. Round Hilda. Now they'll drive it up the wing. Early fly came from Walker. Spills out the back. Suki off the deck goes McGuinness into the pocket. Tossed into play. Demons take advantage of a foray forward here. They've been on the back foot defending for the last 5 or so minutes. They take advantage with the ball up the other end here. Here's Hooker with a line kick around the corner. Devine. Handball was an awkward one. Got it back in the end. Devine, he was crunched in a tackle. Free kick going the way of the Bombers. Rewarded was Gurgle. Got it moving quickly. McGuinness. Skelly, pressure from Lefebvre, back to the kick, but he managed to get it away, and now Poland rides the tackle. Flick the handball out the back for Broomhall. Broomhall got the release away to Gridley, drew the contact, then he released it on the outside. Flick back to Broomhall, a throw, I think the umpires decided against Tilly though. McCrimmon to take over. So Isaac McCrimmon. He's doing a good job just holding on at the moment. Norton couldn't pluck that one. Handball to Hooker. Dinks one. That won't be 15 to Tilly. Didn't mark anyway. Lefebvre shrugs his tackle. Fired off a handball down the line to Hooker. Ducked underneath 2. Then got his kick away. Well done, Hooker. Blackburn couldn't quite trap it. Squaring ball from McManus. Fell into the path of Perkins. Perkins will set it up to the Siggins direction. Just battling away with Stephenson. Which way did the umpire see it? He saw it against Siggins. So really well done from Cohen Stephenson. There was Jordan Lane lurking out the back. Just did well there, Cohen Stephenson. Through the free kick from Siggins. It was looking dangerous. That's a poor kick though. Running out of room. Couldn't find Devine. Oskett arrives to take it. Boskett, centering ball, Lane, strong hands. Just extends them, rings it down. He'll go back for his 3rd of the afternoon. Such a strong pair of hands, Jordan Lane. Real marking presence. He kicked 2 in quarter number 1. His first look here of the second term. It's working back. It's a beautiful kick from Jordan Lane. There are very few better kicks in the state than this man. He works it back beautifully. They extend the lead to 31 points. Jordan Lane has 3. Pretty similar goals too. Leading up at about 40-50 out. Taking the marks and going back and just lasering it through that lovely right foot of his. So 31 points now, the advantage for the Bombers, doing it pretty comfortably. We tick into red time in quarter number 2. Pause whistle goes. Something off the ball. Just be a 666 infringement. We throw it up instead. Siggins and Stephenson, and they go at each other. The decks, Siggins picks it up, fired the handball over the top to Walsh. Walsh to Hooker. Hooker thought about the give, but kicks inside 50 instead. Lane, well within his range, Jordan Lane. He plays on, has a roost from 50. It's across the face, Phillips. Plucks it. A bit surprised Lane didn't go back and take the shot on the way he's been kicking him this afternoon, but not moving quickly. And Phillips in the pocket. Able to just get rid of James. Arms are out, I just think, for balance. He'll go with the banana. Big Phillips, and didn't execute that as he would have liked. Just snuck it through for a minor score. Lead at 32, although Phillips might get back in the road of this one. He does. He's trying to dink one over the top to Norton. Showed too much of it to the big man. They'll set up for a stoppage inside 50 once more. Siggins works his way to the front. Controls. Release for Perkins. Perkins' kick was charged down. Skelly tried to take on Wilson and he caught him. Holding the footy. And it's going to be Barrow who'll take the kick. McLeod, half back, pitched just in front of his teammate. There was Broomhall riding pain, bringing him to ground. Siggins won it down. To the opposition though, clear and kick up the wing. Backing back, almost Sookie. Skelly reels it in. Climbing on top of him was Wilson. Siggins won it down. Leafheber though through traffic. Tackled off his kick by Hooker. Bell Chambers fired the handball for Shaw. Shaw back to McGuinness. Goes to the outside. Found Hooker working up at the footy. He keeps it in motion because he had a man in acres of space over the top in Perkins. Perkins drives it inside the forward 50. Lane just took the front position. Protected the drop zone. And he takes another mark. He'll go back for his 4th. Just proving too much to deal with at the moment, Jordan Lane. Can extend the lead to 38 points. Well, distance hasn't been a problem for him in any of his other kicks from this range. And he kicked truly for a 4th time this afternoon. He's hung that one out to the left. It's working back, not enough. Blemish there for Jordan Lane. And he goes 1 now for the big power forward. Gussie Norton looking for Barrow, but Perkins probably could have marked it. Hooker in the end able to gather, just got the handball away in time. Hooker bustling through, flicked the handball, turned it over to James. He coughed it up to Perkins. Perkins just protecting the ball, went back in for it. Hooker releases. Manus. Hooker. His kick picked off back there by Boval. Riley, Campbell and Fletcher, 3 hookers in this Lauderdale outfit, being involved in recent moments. Oh, that's just gifted. Turned it straight over. An absolute gift of a goal there. Saying thank you very much is William Broomhall. Just a sloppy kick, really. Under no pressure. Kicked it straight to Broomhall, who says thank you very much. He drives through the goal. "39 points now the lead." Well, taking care of this one fairly comfortably. Back to the middle as Hooker goes in and will be rewarded with the free kick. Over to Franklin. Franklin, a tumbling ball towards the half-forward line. Shaw steadies. Spots up Hooker. Goes looking for Jordan Lane. And then off hands, fell into the path of McManus, who has a simple goal there to extend the lead to 45 points. Won't get many easier than that, Will Broomhall. 2 goals in a minute. And it is unravelling here for the Demons late in quarter number 2. And North Hobart welcome the half-time siren you feel here. The Bombers starting to put some real separation between them on the scoreboard. Phillips just goes himself out of the middle, rucked it, hammer over it and sent them deep inside forward 50. Bailey Walker has returned to the defence and he spoiled that one into the path of Shaw. Shaw centering ball to Hooker. And Hooker will go back and surely kick another one. They're lining up right now, the Bombers. Putting the pedal to the metal late in quarter number 2. This will be for 3 in as many minutes. And Hooker kicks truly, and it's 51 points the margin. In the blink of an eye, they've gone bang, bang, bang. And kicked 3 goals. About 2.5 minutes here. Yeah, 2.5 minutes, 3 goals, 51 points the margin. And it's looking very emphatic on the scoreboard now. 10-5 to 2-2. Still perhaps time for another one here for the Bombers before half-time. Walsh has been a star in midfield today, brought down by Norton. There'll be a ball up. Phillips, Siggins, brought down by Norton. Walsh burrowing in after it. Ball to the outside, firing it out was Broomhall. McManus sits for him nicely as he flicks it over the top for Blackburn. Blackburn for Gridley. Gridley charging down the wing, sends it to half-forward. Lane presenting up at it. He has a look at the big sticks. And he'll send it deep inside forward 50. Might have the carry. Tilly gets back and takes a fine mark. And from the deck, he kicks the goal. Doesn't even bother to take his feet. Just slides it through from the deck and extends the lead to 57 points. And they have come with a rush in red time in quarter number 2. Make that 4 goals in 4.5 minutes for the Bombers. It's irresistible stuff. And the Demons simply have no answer. have simply blown them away here late in quarter number 2. 57 points now the margin. And there is the siren bringing it into this first half. Dominant stuff from the Bombers, building into this season nicely. And for the last place, North Hobart, more misery it seems headed their way. They were defending well for a time there, holding on throughout the second term, but just tired and fell away late in the second. Red time in the second term there. 4 goals in the space of 4.5 minutes have seen the Bombers absolutely blow the doors off this one. 11-5 plays 2-2 at half time. Unless they can turn things around on a bit more of the football, this could get very ugly indeed. Dominant stuff. Jordan Lane, kick 3. And Bryce Walsh, Nat Franklin running right in the middle. The Demons in need of answers. The Bombers playing some fine footy. They lead this one by 57 points at half-time. We'll be back with quarter number 3 for you shortly. But all one-way traffic here at SkyBus Oval as we reach half-time. So welcome back here for the second half of round 12 TSL action between the Demons and the Bombers at SkyBus Oval. The weather has very much hit in that halftime break. The rain coming down, which will certainly make conditions all the more unpleasant for the players in the second half, where the Bombers will enjoy a 57-point lead as we get things underway in the third quarter. Kicked 4 goals in the final 5 minutes of the second term, really doing the damage in red time, just to really kick away from the Demons that had the better of the half up to that point. And a commanding lead as we begin the third term now. Phillips and James. Phillips with an almighty spark to get things off and running towards Bosket, just overrunning it. Tackle comes from Blackburn, looking up McGuinness. Phillips slapped on. Bosket went past it. Now a lot of this, I reckon, in the second half. Conditions worsen. Phillips for a third time won it, but this time to Norton. McGuinness around the corner. Way inside forward 50. Almost slain off his chest. Tilly has a swipe at it. Hooker to hooker. He steers it towards the teeth of goal. Blackburn was lurking, but crossed to get a fist on there. Young. Lane and Walker, the ruck duties. Lane won it down, then followed it up and then snapped it towards the goals. Jordan Lane, superb from the big man in the wet weather. He kicks goal number 4. This one out of the ruck. Did it all himself there. Jordan Lane just won the tap down, roved his own ball and snapped truly. He's having a day out. Just bounced back to him beautifully. Jordan Lane has goal number 4. Lauderdale picking up right where they left off in quarter number 2. So 63 points now the margin as the rain gets heavier, driving down here at the tip. Phillips won it down towards Siggins. Phillips goes back in. Handball to Walsh. Steers the kick towards Bosket. Trapped it beautifully. Flicked it through to Tilly. Tilly clean below his knees. Tried to shrug the tackle of Devine. Just gets the handball away in time to Blackburn. He found Siggins. Kept it moving to Broomhall. Charged down there by Barrow. And he's been pinged for out of bounds on the full there. Barrow, very stiff indeed. So Broomhall will be the beneficiary. Tough angle in the driving rain. He take the shot on. He does. It's across the face. Big fly from Lane. Roving it was... Lane couldn't quite gather it. And he tossed back into play. It's the rain really getting heavy down at the tip now. Impressive conditions. Lane, another ruck once more. McCrimmon, Lane on top of him. It is howling with wind, it is pouring with rain. It is going to be very difficult for the players here. Let's see just how windy it is. Lane won it down. Siggins. Walker gets his kick away. Walsh works to the football and he's just scored it over the line by Devine. It'll be a real territory battle, you fancy, from here on out. Certainly not going to be a day for foot skills and silky link-up play. Lane out of the ruck, won it down. Broomhall stepped across the line. Phillips paddled down for Siggins with strength. Through the hands. Free kick blown. Hands there of Gurgle. Demons to take over the half-back line. Stephenson long. Searching ball, McGuinness with a fist to it. Sees it out of play.
Do it for me. You guys, are you not playing this week?
Back into play. Phillips won it down. Bosket wrapping up McCrimmon. Just grabbed the jumper and reeled him in. Phillips once again trying to get boots of ball. McMurray. McCrimmon. McGuinness, Siggins, down the line looking for Blackburn. Coming over the top of him was Tyler McGuinness. So Lauderdale by 63 points in diabolical conditions here at SkyBus Oval. Going to be a real grind of a game from here on out, you'd suspect. Any more stoppages. Phillips so strong in that department. Palmed that one down to Walsh, trying to burrow his way through. Back to him. Phillips plants one it down to Siggins through the stoppage. Beautiful work to Bosket, drives them inside the forward 50. Bailey Walker parked out the back. Lane just leading underneath that one. Quite on the same page. So Walker, just a clear defensive 50. Drifts it straight out of bounds on the full. Gurgle. Tried to spot up a kick to Walsh. Devine broke that up. Hooker coughed it up to James, clears the area. 2-on-1 in favour of the Bombers here. Broomhall able to bring it in and it's into the corridor. Bit of a risky kick, coughs it up amongst Lifeweber. He sends them down towards the forward 50 arc. Only Bombers parked behind the football though. Everyone else had pushed up. Here's Broomhall with plenty of time to think his way through it. Runs past one. Retreats back to Gurgle. Tilly off the ground away from Barrow. Hooker was there. Now Bell Chambers gave it back to Shaw. Shaw just goes off the deck, stretching James. Couldn't quite complete the mark. Phillips comes in, spinning through the contest. McCrimmon released the handball out behind. Trying to get away was right. Now Walker tumbles it up in the direction of Poland. On his own William Poland. He goes into the corridor. Suki juggled the mark. Walsh flicked the handball into space for Skelly. What conditions to take nice bounces. Eventually brings it under his spell. Released it in time to Walsh. Whacked away. In for it goes Perkins. Battling away with Payne. Oval in there. Eventually the umpire will call for it. So, like a bar of soap at the moment here, the football. Very tough for anyone to gather cleanly at ground level. The rain continues to tumble. Phillips, Siggins, Murray, Tilly. Rest it out of there. Probably gives it some time, but it's going to escape. We'll have to call for it once more. Phillips, Murray, Tilly, Liefheber working his way through. Liefheber arching the back, sends the handball over the top. Here's a chance for Boval. Suki sees it across the line.
Could be fresh.
You look nice and warm up there.
No, it's not warm.
Short ball for Shaw, just the 15.
Oh, my contact lenses today. I think he likes it.
So Ned Shaw wide with the kick, just keeps it in. Skelly tight to the paint. Skelly heads in the Phillips direction. Didn't quite take the mark. Franklin goes in for it. Clearing kick around the corner from McManus, broken up by Blackburn. Guinness went in, bumped off at Ferguson. He'll shield the ball. McCrimmon in there, kicking in danger. The call. Free kick will go the way of the Demons. A free kick for Tom Ferguson on centre wing. Guides it to a contest. With plenty of hands out for Suki. Got a kick away to Hooker. Bell Chambers. Pushed it onto the boot into the middle of the ground, backing back. Stephenson with a clean pair of hands. He went searching for McMurray, but the numbers favoured the Bombers. Bell Chambers flicks it over the top for Boscott. Back to Bell Chambers. Towards the half-forward line, presenting up nicely Jordan Lane. Probably too far for him, but he spears it into the pocket. Couldn't find a marking target, and it tumbles out the back. Picked up some pace, but didn't quite have the accuracy. Why not score only? 63 points now, the margin. Stephenson clears defensive 50. That's a good mark from James. Nathan James gets it moving quickly, pumps it down the wing. Finds Charlie Bovell. Bovell, he'll go long as well. Two kicks and they're inside the forward 50. Through the hands there of Gridley. By hand, Skelly coughed it up to right. Did Poland getting his back? Sliding into his Downham. And Skelly just caught high by McGuinness. It's going to be a free kick there to Skelly. Sliding in, drawing some high contact in the process. And Bell Chambers short from McGuinness. Hooker dropped it, and now a chance for Devine. Got it moving, kicked it towards right. Poland across. Right kept his feet. Eventually, Skelly comes across. Did you get in the back there, Skelly? He did, so the free kick will go to Sam Wright. Tight to the boundary line here. Difficult side for the right footer. So something special from Sam Wright. It's a good-looking kick into the post in the end, almost. The impossible there from Wright. Yeah, but a good ride, a minor score only. 2 for the Demons. Maria's by 62. Bell Chambers from full back. Blasted out of there towards Lane. Walker got a hand in. Boscott scored it over the line by Young. Lane in the ruck, paddled down to Shaw. Hooker steers it forward with hands. Boscott crashing through. Trying to shield the ball was McGuinness. Walker, now Perkins. Busting through was McManus. And Hooker into the pocket. Siggins there. First to it was Stephenson. Slides over the line. Siggins. And the tackle in the end. Umpire will call for it. Bradley Young in there. North Hobart. Siggins takes it out of the ruck, gets his kick away. Sammy Siggins drifting back, not quite the accuracy. Hands for behind. No surprise that scoring has dried up a bit here in quarter number 3, unlike the conditions. 1-2 to 2 behind so far this quarter. Transitioning the football proving difficult. Skelly paddles towards the line. Jack Wilson asking the question. Disguised the fumble well enough. I think that was certainly his intent, but in these conditions it'd be a red-hot umpire to ping that one. Phillips down to Franklin, immediately wrapped up by 2. Phillips palms it. Monk's climbing on top. Crimin in there as well. Phillips just having his way in the ruck contest at the moment. McMurray skips through the contest, gets his kick. High ball. Lefebvre had it spiked away. McCrimmon just goes off the deck, didn't really get much purchase. Poland flicked it back towards Franklin. Lefebvre somehow comes away with it. Gave it to Wright. He screws a kick round the corner and Wilson takes the mark. Under pressure, well done there. 2 to beat. Wright just slapped it on the boot quickly. Jack Wilson. It's got a good contested mark in the end. Go back and try and kick his side's first of the second half. And no kick for goal, going to be easy. It's driving rain and wind out there. So Jack Wilson will kick from 35. An ugly looking kick. It's wide of the mark. Slipped out of the hand onto the boot there. This one's short to Poland. Sauntering off half-back. Poland drives it up the wing. Plenty of carry on that ball. Wing gets a hold of it, trickles out the back and beats all comers across the line. There's 62 points of the margin. Result will truly beyond doubt here. Siggins won it down to Franklin. Franklin with the inside 50. Phillips the target. Janes sees it away from him. Phillips takes front spot, slapped it down, looking for Boscott. Fletcher Hooker first to it, but he's immediately wrapped up. Bradley Young bringing another tackle. Phillips slaps it. Free of the contest. Walsh trying to juggle it behind the back was Norton. Clearing kick high into the sky. It was smothered. Bounced off Tilly. Walsh released the handball. Downham. Pinballing around. Hooker gets the kick out of heavy traffic. Hooker might have... I thought he was going to kick a goal there for a moment. Hands and through for a behind. And something out of nothing. gets a fist to it, spikes it over the line. Trying conditions for the players as Siggins works his way to the front. McCrimmon's battled hard. Handball too hot for McLeod. Couldn't control it. Shaw applies the pressure. Following up was Franklin. All of that back, Norton has battled hard. In TSL action, the Northern Bombers scoring a huge 57-point win over Clarence up at UTAS. And they're stamping themselves as premiership favourites. Their 35-point lead to Kingborough over Glenorchy in even worse weather. Down at the Twin Ovals as Poland sized through the pack, ran into a bit of trouble, had to release the handball. They kept it moving well though, got it to Tilly. Tilly goes searching for Phillips, battling away with James. Phillips just loses his footing. Piece happy to see it across the line. It just flicked on to the Kingborough-Glenorchy game and just get the score there. Good luck even seeing the players down there in the driving right at the Twin Ovals. Suddenly conditions not looking so bad here at the tip. Good weather for ducks down here in the south of the state today, that's for sure. To be tossed back in, Janes and Phillips. Phillips came from behind, slapped it to McCrimmon. McCrimmon had a long time to get rid of it. Walsh caught him, holding the footy. Bryce Walsh nailed him. He's had a really good game today, Bryce Walsh, in the engine room. I thought he'd be right in the running for the best on-ground medal. I'm impressed with his performance there. He can go back here and kick his side second of the half. It's been tough scoring conditions here. He sets sail for home and misses. 64 points now at the margin. One goal for to 3 behinds, the only scoring in the third term. Downham. Short to McLeod, that won't be 15. Called to play on, gave it back to Downham, ran into trouble. Tilly getting a hand in the road, broke it up. And Bosket, I think, will be penalised. Advantage paid. They spread it to the outside, and Barrow, his handball looking for McMurray. McMurray caught by Suki, gave him time to get rid of it. Holding the footy. He released it, but just too late. Suki rewarded. Wide ball for Perkins. Back inside for Ned Shaw. Shaw, hand by hand, back to Perkins and Suki. Now they'll launch it down the corridor. Mark taken in the end though by Procopiece. Read the drop of the football nicely. It's back and intercepts. A lot of movement here for Tom Procopiece though. Just shifts it sideways for Janes. He spears one down the line and finds McMurray. To the contest. Just sliding out the back to take an easy intercept was Gridley. Some time here to assess his options and then dinks one into the corridor. I'm not sure that was the best option, just turned it straight over. Blasted forward to a one-on-one. Boval saw it away from him. Gridley will go again. This time uses it better and finds Ned Shaw. Short for McGuinness. Josh McGuinness guides it to Fletcher Hooker. Back to McGuinness. Able to share, he went looking, his key man there laying through his hands. Tilly shrugs McLeod. Wants to handle on the football. Barrow applying pressure. Boscott back around the corner from Hooker. Coughed it up to Walker. Spoil from behind from Skelly. And trickles out of play for a ball in. As we reach the 25-minute mark, don't think this will be the longest quarter. Haven't been too many goals. Plenty of stoppages for all-ups and throw-ins, of course, but just the one goal, so anticipating too long of a quarter. Phillips takes front spot, went looking for Siggins. Hooker searching for Lane, but spiked away from him by Prokopiece. Lane battling away with Walker. High clear and kick. Our defence being tracked by McGuinness, and he juggles it. Just controlling things at the back. The experienced Josh McGuinness will lead her down back, short for Walsh. Walsh finesses one over the top. And Perkins find a marking target inside 50. He wheels, sends it inside. It wasn't a great ball. Had Alan McGuinness's name all over it, and they shifted across. Prokopiece's kick was broken up, but a free kick had been blown, so 50 as well the way of the Demons here. Prokopiece to get it moving quickly. Boscott put down off the ball. Prokopiece now goes. Drives it towards Lefebvre through his hands. Hooker. What about the give? Monks laying the tackle now by hand to Tilly. Couldn't find the return ball to McManus. Was good below his knees. Got it to Bell Chambers. Bell Chambers floating one forward of the ball for Perkins. Pitches for him. One more to give. Blackburn, he's got Walsh. Finds him. Walsh steadies. Chips it to Lane. All on his own. He'll go back for goal number 5. Goes round the corner in the end and misses. Well, that was just a little lazy, laconic there from Jordan Lane. Probably could have gone back, taken his time with the set shot. Just tried to save himself a few steps. Bent it round the corner and got underneath it. Cost himself a 5th goal, Jordan Lane. He, along with Walsh, would certainly be right up there in the front runners for the best on medal, you'd fancy. That might have helped his cause had he got a 5th there. He's kicked the only goal of this quarter, Jordan Lane. Came early on in the piece. Since then, conditions have made scoring so tough. No goal for either side since then. Have a delay while we wait for the ball to come back into play. Ready to go once more. Phillips and Janes. Lefebvre. Phillips sliced it into right. Monks punched away from him, crashing through the pack. McManus. Now Perkins trying to bustle through, but Monks has a hold of him. Going nowhere. Ball up once more. Deep into quarter number 3. Phillips slapping it towards the boundary. Walsh will be first to it, but the boundary line wins out once again. It's been a scrappy old third quarter. Result will truly beyond doubt. The Bombers will win this one, just a matter of by how much. The conditions have certainly allowed the Demons to stem the bleeding a bit. As James worked it forward. Siggins fired it out off balance. Skelly with a high kick around the corner. Phillips, Siggins coming past. And there is the 3/4 time siren. Just the one goal in that third term. It came early. It came to Jordan Lane. He probably should have had another one late on in the piece. Missing a pretty gettable shot. It's not going to matter too much. 1 goal, 5 to the term. 3 behinds for the Demons. Conditions really took over in quarter number 3. It was a pretty ugly spectacle in truth. But the game status very much as it was at the half. The Bombers firmly in the ascendancy. They'll be picking up the 4 points today. Just be a matter of how heavy the final margin. Be back with the final term for you shortly from SkyBus. But it is the Bombers in complete command at 12-10-82, leading the Demons 2-5-17, three-quarter time here at SkyBus. So back for the final term here at SkyBus Oval with the home side. A comfortable 65 points to the good as we get ready for the final term action here. Result well and truly beyond doubt at this point. The best on-ground medal to play for. A few of their hands up for that today. Phillips been really good in the ruck. Walsh, Franklin, midfield work's been great. Jordan Lane has kicked 4 goals in attack. Tilly's done some nice things. We'll see who can finish strongly here as Phillips smashes it over the top 2. Franklin takes it in stride, sends it inside the forward 50. Off the chest of Young, Leafheber. Handball back out to Young. Gave it back to McMurray, broken up in there. McCrimmon couldn't take it cleanly. Blackburn, Leafheber just got boot the ball. Franklin crashing in. Wrapping him up again, Bradley Young. The ruck able to get that, but being impeded pretty clearly was Andrew Phillips there. Janes grabbing a hold. So ruck will get the free kick and he just sets it up towards the 50. Intercept taken by Prokopiece. That one nicely, Tom Prokopiece. His kick forces McCrimmon to juggle. One of the Demons' better players today, McCrimmon. He goes wide looking for Norton. And play the throw in. You can hear what the bench thinks of that one. Perkins perhaps fortunate to get away with a bit of front-side contact there. Nothing doing, says the umpire. Shaw just on the bike in the background there, keeping warm. Phillips over his head. McCrimmon tried to take on Franklin, had to release it. Leafheber brought down by Tilly. Phillips slaps it on. Norton trying another tackle. There's been lots of work to do on the bottom of packs today. So many stoppages in these slippery conditions. Phillips been pretty dominant in there all afternoon. He flicks the handball over the top to Norton though. Leafheber now, McLeod. He's kicked down the line towards Monks. Ball's out of play. Gridley coming in to footy up, and that is going to be a free kick. Jeremiah Perkins just getting into the back of Monks wholly unnecessarily. Though Monks has run off there to be the target. He's the man who's kicking it, so he's going to have to go back and get it here. So David Monks will go by hand, fire at Leafheber, who'll swing them inside the forward 50. Parked back behind the football was Suki all on his lonesome, not Leafheber's best. McGuinness. Walsh. By hand. Looked at the field there. It's Gurgle, but they've coughed it up. Out of play. Phillips won it down to Franklin. High ball. Young takes the intercept and plays on. Flat floating ball towards forward line. Well, that's going to be a free kick against Gridley. To Hill, though, I'd have thought. No advantage going the other way. Lane tried to ride the tackle of Walker. Took him over the line. Phillips towards Walsh, battling away with Leafheber. Wraps him up. Norton climbs in on top. Tampa's just fraying a little in the last term here. A few little spot fires. A physical game with all these stoppages. Lefebvre through the stoppage, whistle goes. Everyone looks at the umpire and it's off the ball where it's all kicking off. Belchambers just trying to drag Monks off of someone. Just a massive humanity half 40 at the moment. Behind the ball, the Demons have tried to play on and kick it to Norton. They're not going to get away with that as the scrap continues here. Players are not letting go of each other. They're trying to drag each other off. Was eventually just said, let's get on with this. The only way it's going to sort itself out if we allow to play on. Behind the ball, Jack Wilson has it, and Wilson's going to drive it, and Wilson's going to drive it home. So that's one way to stop the melee that was developing. Although it's going to spark up again now. We've got another stoppage. Jack Wilson's kicked the goal for North Hobart in the meantime. As it all continues on. The wrestling match just grappling. Bodies were piling up. The umpires tried to break it up. It wouldn't, so said fine, play on. Wilson does so. Kicks a fantastic goal from 50. Well, I'm sure the outcome manager will be all over the tapes to that one during the week. Might yet be some more to come out of that. A little fracas at half forward. We'll wait and see, but meanwhile the game continued on. It's back to 59 points. The first goal kicked of the final quarter. Well done, Jack Wilson. Thumping roost from the paint. Back to the middle, Sam Siggins. Wrapped up by Lefebvre. Siggins works his way to the contest. McCrimmon dispossesses him, goes back in, wins the football too. Just got a handball away. Hooker dumping McMurray and caught him holding the footy. Fletcher Hooker. Wide for sure. Handball back to Hooker, has Skelly riding shotgun, instead drives one towards the forward 50, Procopiece tracking it. Just worked off it though by Boscott with strength, but then Walker tackled him. Boscott goes back in, lays a tackle of his own, and wraps it up. Stephenson went early, Siggins, and then Stephenson buffeted it off him. From the deck, Lefebvre clears the area. Up towards Wilson, paddled it to Hilda. Hilda kicks it straight to Suki. McGuinness. Just slow things down. Chips it wide. It's looking for Poland. Just had to wait for the ball to bounce. Tried to ride the tackle of Lefebvre. Wouldn't release. Managed to get the handball back to Franklin though, and he'll retreat to McGuinness. McGuinness saw some candy, feigned one way, then went the other. Got it to Shaw. Shaw. Flat ball to Hooker. Hooker chips it inside forward 50. He's looking for Lane, couldn't quite find him. Walker off the line. Lefebvre, umpire spotted something. It's going to be a Bombers free kick. The other way of Hooker. Took it quickly, chipped it over the top, looking for Lane. Was he impeded with his run at the football? Surely. Advantage will be paid, will it, to Tilly? He slammed it through. It will have to come back, though, to Jordan Lane. He's kicked 4 this afternoon, Lane. Go back for his... Oh, it's been reversed. Well, I'm not sure what happened off the ball there. Thought Boscott must have done something. So, free kick going the way North Hobart after all that. Spoiled away. Norton He's taken over by Blackburn. It's all rather boiling over out there at the moment. The result beyond doubt. No one would want to get themselves suspended here. Do anything silly. It's an afternoon where temper's certainly fraying. Only a feeling the repeat stoppages and bodies just thumping into each other certainly contributing to that. Siggins palmed it down. Hooker back to Siggins. He worked the handball over the top, but had already stepped out of play. Has been a pretty ugly second half. A scrappy old affair after Lauderdale blew the game wide open in quarter number 2. Set up a 57-point half-time lead. Siggins paddles down. Walsh climbs on top. Siggins, hook up. Lefebvre has a hold of him. Lefebvre. Stephenson round the corner. Flying was Barrow. Walsh emerging with the football. Tumbles the left foot up towards the 450. Blackburn couldn't quite juggle the mark through the legs of Norton. Boscott with a slinging tackle. The referee will punish him. The kick will go the way of Ferguson. And Tom Ferguson from halfback sends it up the wing. Monks dropping one he should have had. Slippery pill hurting him there. Emerging with it, Perkins. Worked it onwards. McManus bursting away from congestion and sending it deep inside the forward 50. From behind came Blackburn, applied the pressure. Procopiece held the front strongly, out of play. Siggins was back in. Murray applying some pressure. Hooker trying to escape. McMurray has a hold of him. Hooker trying to wrestle his way free again. McMurray doing the tough tackling. There's going to be some huge tackle numbers on the stat sheet after this one. Interesting reading. McMurray half cleared the area. Walsh goes back in. Wright has a hold of his opposite number. Siggins over the top. On the boundary line, winning out. Siggins and Stephenson. Siggins takes it out of the ruck contest. Gave it to Tilly. Fired it off to Hooker. Hooker goes back to Phillips. Phillips balks and then sends them inside the forward 50. Lane couldn't quite juggle it. Blackburn keeps it in front of him. He's got some support from Shaw. The pressure from Norton. McManus palming off. Monks. A strong tackle and he locks that one in. There's Lane and Walker get stuck in off the ball again. Siggins. Knocked to his chest by Lefebvre. Siggins slaps it towards the line. Walsh couldn't find Boscott by hand. So James just volleyed up into the air, Payne underneath it. Pressure came from Shaw, got back up, gathered the football, was blocked off by Norton, who then lays a tackle of his own and just slipped up a tad high. Free kick will go the way of Fletcher Hooker. Plays on, steers it into Siggins. Good ball use there from Hooker. And Siggins leading up at the football, takes a simple mark. We'll go back for what will only be his side's second goal of the second half. Scoring really has dried up here since half time. Like the weather as Siggins sends it across the face. It's bending back beautifully from Siggins. Just has the journey. No, didn't have the journey. Play on, no score at all in the end. Thought he had the distance, not quite. So no score, and the Demons looking to counter back the other way. Chipped over the top to Lefebvre. Some open space ahead of him. Some speed on the ball for the first time just about all half here, but then an ugly bounce into the hands of the Bombers. And they'll look to go back through a Hooker. Sets Bosket a task, just ran underneath it a fraction. Not called for a free kick on Young. Gathers, sends it inside 50. Lane couldn't dive and complete the mark. Clear and kick up towards Payne, slides in. Half back and then dinks one short. Back to Lefebvre. Turn ball, just sensed the pressure was coming from Gridley there. Did Boval. Or a Devine rather. Tossed in. 59 points the lead for the Bombers. Phillips worked it back inside. McManus. Broomhall. Hooker. Quick give to Walsh. Walsh sends him inside 50. Lane! Oh, what a mark, Jordan Lane. He enjoyed that one, the big fella. Right grit afterwards. Strong mark, strong fly, and he'll go back for his fifth of the afternoon. It's been a commanding performance from Jordan Lane. And he received it from Walsh has been impressive too. So Lane for number 5. Kicks through it, puts it behind the post. Work it back enough, so still just the one goal in this second half for Lauderdale. Goal 5 they've kicked now. Skelly. Worked forward by Perkins. Now Poland. This kick turned over. Procopese parked behind the football, takes it. He directs it out to James. James down the line. Mark Bellchambers. Let's Lefebvre know all about it too. So you know you read the flight of that ball a little bit better. Sends it inside, looking for McManus. Strong hands, McManus, and he wheels and goes. Drives them deep inside 50. Siggins reels in the one-hander, plays on and kicks a classy goal. That extends the lead to 66 points. Super stuff from Sammy Siggins. It was lovely work from Robbie McManus in the build-up too. Just took the mark, played on quickly, got it in there deep. Kicked it to Siggins' advantage. He finishes the job nicely. Just reeled it in with one hand. How many times have we seen Tammy Siggins do that? And they get their first of this quarter. A low-scoring second half. 66 points the advantage as we tick towards red time. Well, looking for a third consecutive win, but it's another Bombers who everyone will be chasing in the TSL this year. Another huge win for North Launceston today. Looking the class of the TSL in 2024. Southern Bombers. And they're the ones they're chasing. Here's Willa Broomhall. Just pulled the kick. pulled it into the path of Gussie Norton. Norton, bit of a dicey kick, tried to find Barrow, coughed it up to Franklin. Just paid the mark, nothing else. Franklin just drops it short. Juggling the mark, he's hooker. Campbell variety, he plays on. Into the pocket, Lane couldn't quite get there, fell to Tilly. Tilly snaps on goal and drives through another one. So Sam Tilly with a class finish. And they get two in a couple of minutes and extend the lead out to 72. Pressure off now in this one. Tilly with an instinctive finish there. Just read it nicely. Fired home from the pocket. Stephenson. Quick run over the football. He'll go back in though. Gather it. McCrimmon applying pressure. Just gets the handball away in time. Payne, right. Worked forward by Bovell. Caught there was Shaw. It's a good tackle. Free kick to Monks. Rewarded. Handball inside to McCrimmon. Drives them inside the 450. The fly from behind almost there for Gridley. Tackle lingered. Tilly comes in and locks it up. Siggins. Down Payne. Whistled off the football and then Monks comes in strongly on Tilly. Might have just slipped. No, holding the ball to call. So Monks gets the second free kick in as many moments. Good tackling pressure here from David Monks. An option forward of centre. He sends this one inside towards Poland. Fell for Liefhebber. Liefhebber kicks a pretty simple goal in the end. Just fell to him nicely and Tommy Liefhebber sticks it through. And he gets the Demons' fourth of the afternoon to cut the margin back to 66. He's fought hard. Hasn't stopped working, Tom Liefhebber. Hasn't been his side's day, but he's not stopped cracking in for the football all afternoon. He gets his reward with a late goal hit. And 14-11 plays 4-5. Late in the final term. Siggins out of the middle. Handball over the top to Hooker. Hooker spears it into Phillips. Silver service out of the middle once again. Siggins to Hooker to Phillips. It was all too easy. Andrew Phillips can go back and try and raise the bat for the Bombers here. Extend the lead to 72 points. Andrew Phillips makes the goal umpire dance and puts it across the face. So 67 points the margin. Norton plays on out of the square. From behind, Siggins. Booed up, sweeping handball from Phillips to Suki. Steered inside to Blackburn. Played on quickly to Walsh. Walsh with a flying shot. Coming in from the side, well done Shaw, providing some presence down there. And locks it up. It seemed like it was going to be fairly simple intercept there for the Demons. Well done Ned Shaw, has done some nice things inside 450. Phillips flicked it back, top of the goal square. Bosket, just worked off it by Ferguson. Kick clears the area, sliding in McCrimmon, couldn't track it. Perkins released it to Hooker. Hooker to Hooker to Poland. Poland with a flying shot. Drifts across the face and misses the lot. And Ferguson. Poland flew high. Gilda sees it over. Siggins, right, high up and under towards Monks. He's brought crashing down by Tilly. Walsh burrows in. Umpire had already called for it. Siggins working through the contest. Lefebvre impeding him. Tap down, Monks goes off the deck. Lefebvre stripped of the footy. And a throw, incorrect disposal. Handball out to Walsh. Walsh, handball to Skelly. Skelly finesses it to the outside and finds Broomhall in space. Chips it short for Tilly. Tilly had a man on over the top in Hooker. Hooker looking for his brother, couldn't quite. Getting hand up was Ferguson, and now he's wrapped up. Campbell Hooker tackle. Siggins ran past it. Hooker and Hooker trying to get free was Campbell Hooker. Just eluded Phillips. Not a Bailey Walker slaps it on the boot, clears the vicinity. Cleverly tapped over the shoulder there. Gregel, and now juggling and balling it back to Bosket. Bosket loads up from 55 and finds Stixie Blackburn in the pockets. He plays on immediately, opens up the angle, and Ray's missed. Well, just clipping the post. Thought he drilled that one through Stixie Blackburn. Just catching a fraction of the post. 14-14. He's 4 or 5, so 69 the lead. Lefebvre. Ridley applying pressure, spilt out the back for Jack Wilson. Kicked a nice goal earlier this quarter, Wilson. He slaps this one over the top, but it's only McGuinness. 1-1 with Boval. McGuinness. Wide ball. Perkins battling away with Payne. Hooker and Hilda. Now Monks. He's going nowhere. Siggins. Crimin. Right. Tumbling ball. Inside forward 50. Spoil came from McGuinness. Suki. Back to McGuinness. Carried out of defence by hand. Linking up with Bell Chambers. Now Tilly. And there's the final siren. A commanding victory for Lauderdale. They set it up in the first half. Really did the damage in quarter number 2. Broke this game open after half time. The weather hit. It was a pretty ugly second half in truth. A real scrap of a game, but it was job done for the Bombers. And they register a pretty comfortable 69-point victory. Strong stuff. Jordan Lane kicking 4 was a shining light in attack. Walsh, Martin strong in the midfield. Siggins, Phillips did as they willed for much of the afternoon. It was a pretty dominant performance. The Demons, they battled hard. They cracked it in the second half and saw the lead not really blowing out from where it was at half-time. That's probably the silver lining for them. It looked like it could get really ugly, but they hung in there. But the Bombers, far too strong from SkyBus Oval. 69-point victors. They improved to 6-5 on the season, starting to string a few wins together as they look to launch a flag assault in the back half of the year. I've been Andrew calling the action for AFL Tasmania. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage. No TSL next week. It's a state representative game up on the Gold Coast. Tasmania v Queensland. What a clash that was last year. There'll be a live stream of that one before bringing that to you next week. The rep game up on the Gold Coast. So a week off for the TSL. TSL will return in 2 weeks' time. From myself calling the action, it's bye for now.